It's 7 o'clock and I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome to Lin-Wood Public Schools Annual District Meeting. I'm glad you've joined us. It means you recognize the importance of the meeting. If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, flags in the back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Tonight you're the decision makers. This is not a public forum, it is a legislative body. I encourage you to ask questions and comment. Voting can only be done by registered voters. There are a few rules to help the evening run smoothly. Also, phones should be turned to silent or off. Each participant will treat each other participant with due respect and courtesy. The moderator will not allow any personal attacks or inappropriate language. Anyone wishing to address the meeting will use the microphone here in the back. The speaker will begin by stating his or her name. All other speakers will be considered out of order. I will allow non-voters to speak, however, please identify yourself as a non-voter. While allowed to speak, you are forbidden from voting. The initial presentation on articles will be limited to 10 minutes. All speakers in debate will be limited to 3 minutes, which includes a 1-minute warning. Time to be determined by the moderator. All new speakers who desire to speak will be given a chance to do so before anyone's given a second opportunity on the same issue. Each article does need a motion and a second in order to discuss it. Only one amendment to a motion will be allowed on the floor at one time. No amendments to amendments will be allowed. Such proposals will be dealt with as a subsequent amendment after the first one has been voted upon. All amendments will be submitted in writing to the moderator. The subject to the original article must be addressed in the amendment and cannot be a negative amendment. The moderator can be overruled by a majority of the meeting, and there are state statutes that govern legal procedures not listed here. I have results from today's election. For moderator, written in Robert Wetherell, 67 votes, and I'll accept that nomination, thank you. And then for school board, Joe Bossy, 83 votes, Jay Dugay, 103 votes, John Hamm, 56 votes, Vance Pickering, 93 votes, electing Vance Pickering and Jay Dugay. If there's a change in the school board, that will happen after this meeting. And as far as budget committees, there were a lot of write-ins, a lot of people who only got one vote. So we do need to tally those, and that has not yet been done. There'll be some people who are incapable of because of other offices, and so we really do need to look at that before I announce those. Which brings us to Article 3. Oh no, I'm sorry, Article 4. To hear all reports of agents, auditors, committees, and officers chosen and pass any vote relating thereto. And I'd accept a motion to approve all written reports and to dispense with the reading of them. Motion by Tammy Count. Seconded by Sherry Hoover. Any discussion? Those in favor of accepting those written reports signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And we'll move on to Article 5. To see if the district will vote to set the salaries of the school board at $1,000, the vice chairperson at $1,250, the chairperson at $1,500, and the board negotiation team at $150 per day, the moderator at $90 per meeting, the school district clerk at $250 per meeting, the ballot clerks at $80 per meeting, the supervisors of the checklist at $90 per meeting, and the school district treasurer at $4,000 per year. The money for this article is included in Article 6. The school board and budget committee recommend this article. Motion by Vance Pickering, seconded by Joe Bossy. Any discussion? Voting on Article 5 as written, those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And Article 5 passes unanimously. Article 6, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $7,860,619 for the support of schools, for the salaries of school district officials, employees, and agents, and for the payment of statutory obligations of the district, and to authorize the application against said appropriations. Such sums are the estimated to be received from the state aid, together with all of their income, the school board to certify the selectmen of each of the towns of Lincoln and Woodstock, respectively, the balance to be raised by taxes by the towns of Lincoln and Woodstock in accordance with the formula adopted by the Lincoln and Woodstock Cooperative School District, and the school board further to certify to the selectmen of each of the towns of Lincoln and Woodstock the amount to be raised by taxation by each of the said two towns, The article does not include appropriations and other warrant articles. The School Board and Budget Committee recommend this appropriation. Motion by Mark Hood, second by Tammy Young, and I'll recognize JJ Bijou.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm JJ Bijou. I'm your Budget Committee Chair. What I'd like to do is just give you a little bit of information on how we arrived at this budget number. For those of you who are not familiar with the process, we start around Thanksgiving or a little after. We work closely with the school board. We hear presentations by staff and administration about why they're requesting the money. And then the school board, with the budget, along with the budget committee, makes some adjustments, some recommendations. The school board takes their time with the budget, then they pass it on to the budget committee, and we make the final recommendation on the number. So the original budget proposed by the administration in November came in with an increase of approximately $276,000, representing a 3.8% increase to the general fund. The major increases there included approximately $214,000 in salaries and benefits, representing the second year of the LWEA Teachers Agreement, with an average increase of about 2.9%. That also included increases for support staff, as well as administration, and slight increases in health insurance rates and corresponding FICA and retirement increases as well. There was also approximately $61,000 in the regular operating budget, representing technology repairs and upgrades, year 3 of a multi-year plan, Channel 3 upgrades, special education and related expenses, the position of a social worker in lieu of a school resource officer, some computer server upgrades, the second year of an ADAPT services plan, a math series change at the elementary school, and some general repairs and maintenance. So the school board and the budget committee met, as I said, and we listened to a lot of very well done presentations. And at the end of those work sessions, the school board recommended approximately $61,000 in reductions. They recommend using the technology trust fund for the Channel 3 equipment project, as well as the financial server upgrade and the cameras for the photography yearbook class. They also recommended using facilities trust fund for the third year of the cabling project, as well as some necessary tree removal on school grounds. And then an addition was made in the legal fees section to reflect this year's actual costs. And then, in addition to those changes, the budget committee, once they get a hold of the budget, recommended a few additional changes. An efficiency of about $1,800 in administrative wages that were represented decreasing the raises from 2.9% to 2.5%. A reduction of approximately $10,000 in teacher salaries. This is due to a long-tenured teacher retiring this year and some assumed savings when hiring that person's replacement. And then the final piece of the budget committee's puzzle was actually an addition to the budget. This was something that we discussed at length with both the school board and the budget committee, but it was something the budget committee felt very strongly about. When we were reviewing the budget, we found basically something that troubled us, and it was basically the wages of the paraprofessionals. We find kind of an inequality in their wages, and we wanted to take a one-time action to provide the school board and the administration with the tools to rectify that. What we came up with, first of all, just so you, a little basis for that, the paraprofessionals, formerly known as teachers' aides, current salaries ranged from $11.50 an hour to $15.44 an hour. That was the current salary range. And some of those people affected have been here for been here at this school for about 20 years. So what we decided to do was to take the proposed pay scale, if you will, the starting point for those professional people, and kind of, we looked at the $15 an hour mark, and we looked at that as the place where these people should be starting, as a fair representation of what they do and how much work they put into this community. So in doing that, in adjusting all of that group's wages accordingly, that came out to about a $25,000 increase. And again, keeping in mind this is a one-time fixture or adjustment for that group of professionals. So with that said, the budget committee added $25,000 to the budget in that regard. So with all that said, the overall increase to the general fund comes out to $228,078, or an increase of 3.2% over the prior year. Now, what that equates to tax impact-wise, for a house in Lincoln valued at $200,000, you're talking 16.7 cents per $1,000 of valuation, or $33.47. For a similarly valued house in Woodstock, you're talking 33.6 cents per $1,000 of valuation, or $67.19. And that's all I've got. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Any discussion?
Yes. How many students are there? What is the student body K through 12 in Lin-Wood right now? I know you told me, is it 300?
The question was, how many students in the student body? And the answer was about 300. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote on Article 6 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And Article 6 passes unanimously. Article 7, to see if the school district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $70,000 for the Lin-Wood High School gym roof repair project. This is a special warrant article under RSA 32:3. The school board and budget committee recommend this appropriation. Motion by Tammy Ham. Second by Mark Hood. Are there any questions? If there are no questions or discussion on Article 7, we'll vote as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And Article 7 passes unanimously. Article 8, to see if the school district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $100,000 for the flooring replacement project, including in the remainder of the Lin-Wood Elementary School hallways and the Lin-Wood High School multi-purpose room as a part of a multi-year project. This is a special warrant article under RSA 32:3. The school board and budget committee recommend this appropriation. Moved by Mrs. Hood. I'm sorry, I lost your first name, Paula Hood. And seconded by Faith Clark. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote on Article 8 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Article 8 passes unanimously. Article 9, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate 60% up to the amount of $60,000 to be placed in the school facilities expendable trust fund, with the said funds to come from the June 30, 2018 unassigned fund balance available for transfer on July 1st, 2018. The school board and budget committee recommend this appropriation. Moved by Grant Clark and seconded by Taylor Ham. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote on Article 9 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And Article 9 passes unanimously. Article 10, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate 10% up to the amount of $10,000 to be placed in the school vehicle expendable trust fund, with the said funds to come from the June 30, 2018 unassigned fund balance available for transfer on July 1st, 2018. The school board and budget committee recommend this appropriation. Motion by Tamara Ham, second by Sherry Hoover. Any questions or discussion? We'll vote on Article 10 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And Article 10 passes unanimously. Article 11, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate 10% up to the amount of $10,000 to be placed in the School Equipment Expendable Trust Fund, with the said funds to come from the June 30, 2018 unassigned fund balance available for transfer on July 1st, 2018. The School Board and Budget Committee recommend this appropriation. Moved by Joe Bossi. Seconded by Tamara Hale. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote on Article 11 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And Article 11 passes unanimously. Article 12, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate 10% up to the amount of $10,000 to be placed in the School Technology Expendable Trust Fund, with said funds to come from the June 30, 2018 unassigned fund balance available for transfer on July 1st, 2018. The School Board and Budget Committee recommend this appropriation. Moved by, oh my goodness. I just lost your name, I'm sorry. Yes, of course, Joel Barassa.
I even do that one.
I know that one too. Seconded by Mark Hood. Any questions or discussion? And we'll vote on Article 12 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And Article 12 passes unanimously. Article 13, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate 10% up to the amount of $10,000 to be placed in the School Special Education Expendable Trust Fund, with said funds to come from the June 30, 2018 unassigned fund balance available for transfer on July 1st, 2018. The School Board and Budget Committee recommend this appropriation. Moved by Haley Ash, seconded by Liam Clark. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote on Article 13 as written. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And Article 13 passes unanimously. Article 14 is to transact any other business that may legally come before the said meeting. I'll recognize the principal.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening. My name is Scott Courier. I'm the principal here at Lin-Wood. I do have one item of importance before I step away for this evening. We do have one retirement that is upcoming at the end of the school year. One of our math teachers who is retiring at the end of the year, so he began in the 1980-81 school year and for 38 years taught math here at Lin-Wood, Mr. Richard A. Baker. He will be retiring from us in June. We wish him nothing but the very best and safe travels as he heads off to Italy.
Just wanted to close tonight by saying, John, thank you so much for your 3 years of service on the board. I hope you continue to be involved with our children's education somehow, some way. Thanks, John.
Anything else? I accept a motion to dissolve our meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Tamara Hale. And seconded by Sue Young. Any of those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.